Playing for the villains, we have number 40, Stick. Bring in 602, Phoenix. Number 86, Flipper Off. 84, Jaws Breaker. Number 20, D20. 88, Joya Destroya. 45, Ammunition. 3381, Helenati. 35, Red Hot. She's sizzling. Then we have 77, Judo Nomi. 574, Axel. 666 is Weirdo. Number 3 is Baby Girl. That's Baby Girl. 264, Velasco Sauce. Give it up for your villains.
Villains. Now that we got our villains out of the way, we'll bring in our super awesome heroes. Number 777, April Dismember. Number 104, Annie Tactics. Number 999, Jess Assault. Number 185, give it up for Dirty. Number 8, Chachi Patron. Number 1410, Wonderly. Number 9816, Rainbow Blood in the house. Number 79, Kalaka. Number 1030, Panda. Number 1890, Gore. Number 206, Charlie Force. Number 20, Thrasher. Number 505, Cherry Popper. Give it up. And number 5, Little Kitty Split. Give it up for your heroes.
Now let's introduce the officials. We've got Gen X, Mia Psycho, Thrash Panda, Kashi, and Nerd. Thank you.
Well, let's get some roller derby! As we got our jammers, Weirdo of the Villains. And Gore of 1890. As Gore gets out, she has now become the lead jammer. As you guys notice, the official will be letting you know who is the lead jammer by pointing them out. It looks like Weirdo is having a hard time getting through the pack of the heroes. Heroes showing their superpower. As Gore is breaking through. They have stopped her, boom, and she has earned her point. Got a score of 4-0. Seems like Widow is still having a hard time breaking through the superhero pack. She gets knocked to the ground. Oh, and the jammer hat has been passed. The jammer has now changed. Now, one of the things you guys will notice out there, whenever a jam is called off, the jam can only be called off by the lead jammer. Every jam is only 2 minutes long as we line up to the plates. What do we got out there?
That looks like Baby Girl out there for the villains and Charlie Force for the heroes.
Oh my goodness, look how baby girl just broke out. She is fast, fast, fast.
Yeah, moving way faster than any baby I've ever seen.
I tell you, she broke out of there pretty quick.
And Charlie Force is out there now as well, putting pressure on the jammer.
And she calls it. And she calls it. Remember out there, you guys, the jammer, the lead jammer is the only one that can call off a jam. All jams are 2 minutes long. What do we got out there now?
For the villains, we have. Who is that? Oh, wait. Oh, that's Axel out there for the villains, and Lil Kitty Split for the heroes.
Little Kitty Split.
And Kitty pushing forward, trying to go to the inside.
Gets taken out. And there's a fight going on down there in the pack. Oh, look at that. Was that Kitty Split?
Oh, Kitty getting sent to the penalty box for a cut track. That means she stepped outside and didn't go back far enough before coming in onto the track. That sets us up for...
That sets us up for what?
That... Naughty now has the star. Naughty started this jam as a pivot. Then the Axel passed the star to her, and she is now the only jammer out there on the track. That means she has an opportunity to score all the points. Well, check that. Split is back on the track. Now both jammers are out.
Oh. As you guys can see, we do not have a lead jammer. It's anybody's game at this point.
This jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. This is where we really get to see that conditioning and athleticism from these skaters. It takes a lot of energy to be out there that long on the track.
Good job, ladies. Good job. As we reset, we got 2 new jammers out there on the field. For the villains, we have Sick, number 40 for our jamming, and then we also have Gore for the heroes. The defense is excellent on both teams. It looks like the heroes are not going to let the villain through. And the villains are showing that the heroes win as Gore comes out as lead jammer. Hey, what do you think about the fact that Gore broke out of that whole situation?
I think it's just another example of how heroes tend to prevail against villains. And we can see that on the scoreboard right now as well.
That's right. The heroes showing off their superpowers. Right now the score is 16-8 heroes. We might end up having an in-game, but we sure got a lot of track to go.
We're looking again at Baby Girl for the villains and Charlie for the heroes.
All right. So, out of these 2 jammers, which one do you think is a really strong jammer? Or you think somebody's going to break out hard? Because I know it's hard work.
They are both so good, and they are excellent in different ways. You can see how Baby Girl is super nimble, and Charlie is so strong, she busts through the front and gets lead jammer status.
But the speed of Baby Girl, look how powerful she is, and she breaks on out as well, coming around to get her points. Will the heroes let her hit the pack, or will they?
Baby Girl is putting the pressure on.
And the heroes call off the jam. That was a good call by the heroes. It stopped the villains from being able to get a chance to score any points. Heroes 20, villains 8. Lining up the jam for the villains, we've got 574 Axel and number 5 Kitty Split for the heroes.
And with that whistle, they're both battling through. Split up there at the top, pushing forward on those villain blockers.
That was a great block.
That was a great hit by that villain blocker who then went back to give some offense.
Forced her to come all the way back.
Axel now with lead jammer status.
Let's see if Axel can come around and score her team some points. As the hero finally breaks out of the villain prison with a change of jammer.
Looks like we have
Jamming for the villains, we've got
Weirdo for the villains and Gore for the heroes.
and she broke out of there good. I can't believe it. Gore is on it.
Yeah, I think those star pants are giving her extra star power to get out there on those lead jams.
That's right, that's right.
And this
How
is
well
the
she does now.
yeah, and this is the first time we've seen Weirdo out there with Wear the Star.
She was able to break right through that opening. The opening in the pack gave it all away.
Gore coming around for another pass, already picked up 4 points on this jam.
Oh, look at them moves! Look at them moves by Gore.
Yeah,
Showing off her superhero powers.
yeah, that was super. That juke getting right around him. And I see now that Sick has the star. We got another one of those star passes. Stick is the new jammer for the villains.
Looks like Gore was telling the pack to go ahead and get on moving. And she calls off the jam. Good job, ladies, good job. See, another jam came out with no penalties. I'm telling you, the girls are on top of their game. They're on it.
They are. These skaters are really on it. Baby girl out there again for the villains, and Charlie in her signature tutu for the heroes.
She got out.
Yeah, she snuck by there on the inside.
She sure did. Let's see if she's going to get some points out of this opening.
Yeah, solid blocks there by the heroes blockers. Wow. They're really pushing baby girl to the inside and the outside. She finally breaks free on the outside.
Yeah, it looks like the heroes were really going to make baby girl work for it if she wanted to come out of that pack.
They were. Now you see that speed on baby girl making the heroes call off that jam. And
Lord
I
have mercy. I feel like Fred Sanford. She almost ran into the table. Oh, Elizabeth, I'm coming to you. My heart is still beating real hard.
That's right. Being down here on this backside corner is a little bit of a dangerous spot sometimes, isn't it?
Yes. I won't have a heart attack today. All right, I guess we have coming up is number 84 of the villain Jawbreakers.
Oh, Kalaka there trying to prevent Jaws from breaking away, but she busts through. Split working for it, getting an assist there from Kalaka at the end.
Oh my God, look at the hits that's going on. Good block up in the front. And And it's been called off. Now this is what I call some really good derby out, man. These girls are blocking, they're hitting, they're stopping, they're breaking. I mean, they're just doing a great job out there.
Gore is back out there for the Heroes. We've seen Gore out there a lot for jamming for the Heroes, and Sick now for the Villains.
You know, hopefully they don't run her too much if she gets tired in the later games. It looks like Gore has gotten out of the pack again.
Sick still fighting to get out of the pack as Gore
Good
makes
block by
a...
Weirdo, tried to come in and step in to stop her, but Gore went right around her.
Yeah, Gore puts four more points up on the board.
I tell you what, the Heroes defense is really strong. I mean, they really stopped the Villains from getting a lot of traction out on the track.
Yeah, those blockers are setting up strong.
We got Charlie out there again along with Axel. Guess they like to jam them two together because they are so good.
Axel trying to work her way around those blockers. Getting a little bit of an assist there from Baby Girl. Both teams' blockers doing a great job making these jammers really work for it.
They're doing an excellent job. They're doing an excellent job. As you guys can see, the blocker is moving the jammer back because she knocked her out of bounds, and the jammer has to come in behind her. Now, this is some serious defense from both sides. The Heroes aren't giving up, and neither are the Villains. Looks like the Heroes has got Axel all boxed up, as well as the Villains that got Charlie all boxed up.
Yeah, both teams' blockers are doing a really good job covering the track, keeping that space closed so the jammers don't have room to get through. Jammers love to try to get through on the inside or the outside. And that can be challenging for blockers, but they're really making them work.
Oh, we like the action right in front of us.
Hang on to your seat there, Gwandi.
Oh, and not all that fight. We have got Axel out of the pack. As she calls it off. Great jam on that one. That was a great jam.
That jam really showcased how important those blockers are, the role that they have, the way that they can really shut down the game for the other team.
Yeah. You know, what do they call that defense that they're using when they're blocking the jammers? What defense? Is there a name for that kind of a defense? When they're kind of boxed up with each other, do you know?
I'm sure there is, but it's not one that I can think of. But I know that those blockers, they're teaming up together. They always try to have a minimum of 2, usually 3. They want to close all the gaps and the seams so the jammers can't get through.
Looks like we had a pass of the jammer helmet over to Juno Nomi.
Current score, Heroes 43, Villains 23. While that 20-point lead might sound like a lot, it can be made up in just one jam. Timeout.
So the Villains ain't out of it quite yet because they're only... We actually get to talk about the game while it goes on. It's going on. It's great.
Oh, no. Oh, baby girl is out as lead jammer, but Gore is not far behind. Both these jammers are fast and strong. Oh, did you see that? Woo! Give it up for baby girl with that beautiful spin move.
Oh my goodness, you see baby girl, let it be known. Get up off of me. She was like, what is my name? That was amazing. All right, up for our jam now. We have Charlie in the tutu for the heroes.
And that's Phoenix for the villains, number 602. This is the first time we've seen Phoenix wearing the star. Big block there by Thrasher, keeping Phoenix from making any more space.
You see that good teamwork over at the top by the heroes? Oh, and Charlie is going to break through as our lead jammer. Time for her to score some points.
Those hero blockers doing a great job keeping the villains from making any movement. Charlie threw for 4 points.
And I tell you what, the heroes are really putting it on. They're turning it up with their defense.
The star's been passed to Naughty. She is still trying to break through. And she skates by on the inside.
Well, we have a jammer hat pass. Who'd it go to? Who'd it go to?
And Charlie calls off the jam.
That's hella naughty. It was hella naughty that ended up getting the jammer cap for the villains. But it was called off by Charlie, the hero. As you guys can see, in one jam, points can jump up pretty quick. We were just at 43. We are at 55, 27 heroes.
Looks like we have D20 out there for the villains. This is the first time we've seen them jam this game.
You see how D20 is in there putting in her work.
And Split out there for the heroes.
And Split breaks out.
Looks like the villains are really mixing it up with their jammers, trying to find that right fit so they can get some more points on the board.
Right. But you know, D12 is not getting up. D20, she is out there pushing and pushing.
Split finds those blockers. They're doing what they can to keep her from scoring more points, which is a tough job. Split is strong and fast.
Look at that amazing blocking.
Getting that whip from Kalaka.
Looks like Axel's out. Now she has the jammer cap. What is Split gonna do? Get her points and call it off. Great jam. You know, I think the villains are gonna have to come up with some kind of a strategy with their jammers or blocking or something to really stop the heroes, because the heroes are putting in some serious work right now.
Yeah, we're coming up with just 11 minutes left in this half. So like you're saying, the villains need to get something going so they can go into halftime with a little more on the board. But those heroes jammers are just really tough to stop.
That is true. Look at Gore. She's out the door again. Here comes Baby Girl's gonna get her, try to break herself through. Yeah, Baby Girl's one tough competitor.
Don't forget to head over to see Ursula Shown Bones to buy your tickets for the 50-50 drawing towards the end of the game. That is Shown Bones. She's over there looking so pretty as Ursula. That's where you're gonna get your tickets for the 50-50 drawing.
The villains are calling a timeout.
We have a timeout.
And we are back out after that brief timeout. Kalaka holding Phoenix back there at the line, now being joined by Thrasher. Up at the front, I see Judo, Nadi, Velasco. It looks like all the blockers for, is that Sick as well? They're doing a great job holding really.
You know, it really looks like the villains over there are putting the triangle on the hero there, and the hero's having a hard time breaking through.
Yeah, we're seeing another jam start off with some great.
Looks like Charlie is going to break on through, and she broke out. Charlie of the Heroes is our lead jammer. You know, you have to be in really good condition to be able to push through this pack.
Right. Oh, and we have just as time is called, the jam's called off. I see that Judo had taken the star.
I think most of these girls, what are they practicing and exercising, 3 times a week? Twice a week?
Well,
how do you guys do it up here in Casa Grande?
Everybody does it a little different. Some teams are practicing once or twice a week, but a lot of people also have other sports they play or other things they do for conditioning. Could be boxing or running. Everybody does what they can to be the strongest. As we see Split through, lead jammer.
I tell you what, man, she is very, very good. She gets out of the pack with ease.
Jaws coming up fast, putting the pressure on, and Split calls off jam. Great job by the holding the Heroes to just 1 point on that jam.
All right, so we got Gore and Baby Girl getting ready to go up against each other. These are 2 great jammers. Let's see how they do. Oh, and look at that. Gore has broken out of the pack. Baby Girl still fighting against the Heroes at the top of the track. She's able to get out. Oh, and she's got moves for days. Oh my goodness, the grace and elegance she just showed on them skates. We have Sick for the Villains trying to break on through, as well as Charlie for the Heroes. See if Sick is going to break on through at the top of the track. They have to let her go. The Villains are now lead jammers. Sick is coming around. See if she can get her points in.
And we have someone in the penalty box. One of the Heroes blockers.
We got 2 Heroes in the penalty box now.
Sick going through on the inside to get 4 points.
She's almost on the power jam, isn't she? Almost.
Kalaka with some big blocks holding Sick up here at the bottom of the track.
Look at that
Sick
work.
pushing.
Look at that work. Oh, and she forces her to go all the way back. Oh no, they let her through.
Sick gets 4 points.
Oh.
Flip from the Villains getting a penalty call is going to take a 30-second break.
What was the call? What was the call?
A low block, forearm.
Yeah. We know that one of the Villains had to go out for a block, an illegal block.
An illegal block indeed.
So she's got to sit 30 seconds in the penalty box.
That means the Villains are going to start down a block. They'll have 3 out on the track rather than the customary 4. As soon as Flip's 30 seconds are done, she'll get right back on that track.
Split is working hard out there to get through the Villains pack, but instead...
And the Villains jammer gets out as lead jammer just barely ahead of Split. Let's see what Jaws does here.
We should keep right on going to get her points. Oh, what a great block.
Jaws knocks out.
Good work, good work, good work. Man. Got 2 more minutes in the period. We go to halftime. Got Axel and Gore lining up for the jammering for this jam.
No one in the penalty box. Both teams start with all 5 skaters on the track. Gore really fighting on the inside, gets a little bumped out, goes back, starts again. Meanwhile, Thrasher is up, pushing on those hero blockers. Thrasher is lead, gets that lead just before knocked out, recycled back. And now she's out, but so is Gore.
Gore passed her up right on the turn.
And Thrasher calls it off. There's still some time on the clock. Looks like we'll get one more jam before the half.
Oh, what's that, 51, 48 seconds? Yes, one more jam. Let's get it, ladies.
Charlie for the hero, Sick for the Villains. Charlie going to the outside, just Weirdo, and breaks through, gets Weirdo. Charlie's lead jammer, coming around quick. Pack hasn't gone far since left it.
You know, Charlie is really showing her skill out there. I mean, she gets out there to jam and she just destroys packs.
True. She's so versatile. She's really strong, but she's also got those really quick moves both to the and the outside. Getting a little help there at the end from Kalaka, a quick boost.
You know what it is? She keeps moving. She hits a pack and she just keeps them skates going forward.
She comes in, wrecking ball.
Looks like the Villains lost their jammer. Oh, and Weirdo is down.
All right, fans, we are back at it. We have Split on the line for the heroes and Sick for the villains. Sick first off the line, getting out just a little bit farther, but Split is pushing hard on those villain blockers.
Split's fighting really hard up there. But also, we also have Sick.
Yeah, Sick is really working up there, but Split is the first to get there. She goes around on the outside and breaks through. Now Sick is out, putting the pressure on those villains, or those heroes.
Looks like Split's gonna go ahead and get her points before she calls it.
Good blocking there by Flip.
And she calls it. What's going on, Casa Grande Roller Derby fans? Let me hear ya! Oh my God, you guys are so weak today. That's not how you get the girls hyped. You gotta get them hyped up to play. So give it up to your roller derby team.
Axel for the villains, Charlie back out there for the heroes. Axel getting some ground there at the top of the pack, stumbles, hops right back up, and Thrasher there to block.
Ooh, Thrasher was really putting it on her. But Axel got out anyway, coming around to score her points.
Charlie being recycled back to the jammer line as Axel is making more ground, coming back around.
It looks like for this jam that the villains have actually kind of figured out a way to maybe stop Charlie before she was able to just break right on through.
I think you may be right. That halftime might have been just what they needed. Thrasher receiving the star, breaking through. Charlie is in the box. Oh, it looks like we have a power jam situation.
Axel is continuing just to continue to make her points.
Yeah, it's a power jam right now. I'm gonna guess it was an illegal star pass, but I'm not sure because Thrasher was in possession of the star, but unable to put it on because Charlie went to the box and was still in the jammer position. That means this next jam is gonna start out with blockers for the heroes, but no jammer.
So that means that the villains get to start out right away in the power jam.
We're having an official timeout.
You know, I wonder what's going on. Maybe they have to figure out what's going on with Charlie over there in the penalty box.
That could be.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion out on
Track.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea. Who do we talk to?
All right, the official timeout is over. We're about to get to the next jam.
And it looks like we're going to start out with a power jam and that the heroes are not going to start with a jammer. Here comes Charlie into the mix. This is Weirdo's chance to start. Weirdo's fighting hard. And Charlie comes out of the penalty box, comes in and gets lead jammer and is coming around to score her points. Oh, good move by Weirdo. Weirdo's coming around. Boom, scores her points. That was a great block by Dirty. Dirty deny Weirdo any points. Oh no, Weirdo, you got 4 points. Now we've got Gore and Sick coming up for the next jam.
Gore out there for the heroes, Sick for the villains.
Sick is out there showing her strength, being able to push the heroes' blockers.
Gore breaking through on the inside. Sick is right behind her.
Sick
Gets
calls it
called
off
for
right
a
away. Hey, but you got to give it up for Judo because Judo came up there and created that opening.
Yeah, we saw some great blocking on that jam.
So it looks like the jam is going to start in the power jam for the heroes.
That's right. Split is the only jammer out there right now. That means she's the only one that can score points. If she
Split is very agile.
She is very agile.
Yeah, she breaks out this lead jammer. Time for her to shine. As we wait for the villains jammer to be able to come on in.
Sick back out on the track. Blockers Chachi Patron and Thrasher
And she
holding
breaks
her
out
back.
again, earns another 4 points for her team. Really looks like the villains are going to have to come up with a better strategy if they want to be able to continue to stay in this game.
Kalaka with the
Here
big
comes
block
Split.
there.
I think this is like her 4th pass. And she calls it off. She did such a great job.
10 points on that jam for the heroes.
Yeah, the villains are still in the game. It's 107 to 60, but they really got to step it up now. Out jamming for the heroes, we've got Charlie, and jamming for the villains, we have Axel. Great matchup.
Two really strong skaters on the track right now, wearing the star.
Look at Axel just push her way right on through. But she's forced back.
Yeah, Axel gets recycled back by Dirty. With one blocker to beat, Axel breaks through. Lead jammer status. Big hit there. Ooh.
And Axel just continues to break on through the pack. She's going to come around for some more points. Now, this is something that the villains really needed for them to be able to start catching up.
The villains are down a blocker. They have someone, Baby Girl, it looks like, in the box right now.
We want to give it up for Wonderleen. Gave one hell of a good block to
Weirdo wearing the star for the villains, and Gore back out for the heroes. Villains are still down a blocker. And Gore's able to break free as the lead jammer.
Gore is a force to be reckoned with.
Baby Girl is back out on the track, giving the villains all 4 blockers again.
Widow gets blocked on her chance to break out of the pack. She is still fighting. Looks like Thrasher's holding her back. Jam called off. What a great jam on that one. That was great.
Great job by both jammers and those blockers. There were no points scored by either team on that jam.
And no penalties. If you actually look at that, we had no penalties that whole jam. No points, no penalties. I tell you, the girls are doing their thing out there. They're working hard.
And still a whole lot of action.
Yes. Jamming for the villains is Sick, number 40.
There it is out there for the heroes.
Looks like
Split.
everybody is showcasing their defense, but it looks like Split was able to get out of there. Kitty
Yeah.
Split.
Yeah, Split got an assist there from some offense from Dirty, helping her break free.
I think Split's got some Vaseline on her body or something. She just keeps slipping through the defense. Look at that. Slipping and sliding. As we see, number 46 is coming around. She has the jammer cap.
That's right, Sick making her way. Sick
Getting
makes
some
her way
points.
up, putting the pressure on.
Will Sick call it off? Yes, and Sick calls it off. The jam is over. It looks like the Heroes have scored a total of 7 points during that last run. A great testament to Split as she came around. All right. We have Baby Girl up against Charlie. Baby Girl for the Village, Charlie for the Heroes as the Jammers get ready to line up. And this is probably the jam that the Villains actually need.
Oh, Baby Girl gets out, meets the ground for just a moment, and then pops right back up. And you see how fast she gets around. Back to the pack.
Just what she needed. The Villains needed her to break through. Now let's get her some points. Charlie still fighting the Villains over there to try to get through the pack. She finally breaks through.
Baby Girl getting back to the pack with Charlie hot on her tail, and we have a blocker Naughty in the box.
And Baby Girl calls it off.
Villains are able to put up 6 points on that jam.
6 points. The Villains needed that 6 points. They still are in the game. They are not giving up, that is for sure.
That's right. This half we've seen a couple of jams where the Villains have put up points and held the Heroes to 0. I don't think we saw any of that in the first half.
Looks like they went out there for the halftime and came out and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and stop the Heroes. We're going to stop the Heroes.
That's right. And Gore is out with lead jammer status.
I'm telling you what, Gore's got some serious superhero powers over there. She just breaks packs.
I believe that. Gore through for 4 points.
Ooh, what a great block.
Villains jammer is out. Jaws. This is a fast-moving pack right now.
Keeping them back moving, keeping the Villains jammer just trying to chase them, making her tired. All right. It looks like we got Judo Nomi's going to be jamming for the Villains. We got Thrasher jamming for the Heroes. This should be a great jam. 2 awesome jammers. As you can see, Thrasher is out right away. Ooh, Judo Nomi gets hit. So instead of grabbing a penalty, she was behind the blocker.
Oh, see that
Thrasher
sweet
is fighting the
spin.
Villains. Look at that. Thrasher has showed those Villains you cannot hold a hero.
Thrasher gets hit to the
Judo
outside,
forced her all the
recycled
way
back.
so she can get a chance to go through.
Naughty doing a great job managing that blocker, or managing the jammer. Thrasher knocks her out, recycles her really far back.
Tell you what, they kind of figured out a way to hold her at bay. But you know, Thrash is a tough jammer, man. She's got the strength. That was one heck of a good jam. Back up, we've got Axel as our jammer for the villains and Charlie for the heroes. Another great matchup.
That last jam was a great one for both teams. They both got points up on the scoreboard.
So now who's going to get out of that pack first and who's got the will to just force their way through?
Those blockers really coming together. Velasco at the top, giving some offense to the Axel, the jammer. Now we got two of the villain blockers creating space. Axel gets through and is lead jammer. Charlie getting knocked out and recycled back by a baby girl. Looks like Thrasher doing the same.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Now it's time to announce the winner of the 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets out. Hey, the winner gets a cash prize. I want to tell you what it is, but I'm gonna wait. All right, if you got your tickets out, the number we're looking for, 762274. 2274. Who's got it? Over here. This is our proud winner of $127. You know there's a finder's fee, right? Congratulations to you. What is your name?
Linda Roller.
Linda? Well, congratulations, Linda. And you know, Gore has those superpowers. What a block by Judo Nomi. And the one thing you gotta know about judo is dangerous out there. Oh!
Big hit with Gore and Baby Girl.
It looks like Gore is not playing. She's gonna show those villains that she can break through, and the villains are not giving up anything.
Flip coming up
We got
to
Weirdo
offer
over here
some.
working hard, trying to get through the pack.
That's right, Flip's giving some offense there at the top for Weirdo, helping to create a space, get a hold. But boy, those hero jammers are tough. I mean, hero blockers.
Oh, and all her hard work paid off. She was able to create the space to let Weirdo out.
Weirdo worked hard and it paid off. We have a star pass. Panda now wearing the star. Weirdo coming up right behind her.
All right, looks like Weirdo's gonna go and try to go again one more time.
Weirdo getting the go-ahead to keep going. Looking for some more points.
She made it again.
Man, those villain blockers are really holding back the heroes jammers this jam.
Tell you what, they are killing it on this jam right now.
Yeah, I think during the halftime, the villains went back to their lair and came up with a really new game plan to foil the heroes.
That's what it looks like to me. And they're doing one heck of a job.
Hard block
All
there.
right, Weirdo calls it off. What a great jam. The villains scored a total of 8 points during that jam. Give it up for the villain.
Yeah, let's show our love for these skaters working so hard out here.
That's right. Give up the love to the skaters. They're doing an excellent job. Working hard, working hard.
Villains put up 11 points and keep the heroes to 0.
Out there on the field, we got Hella Naughty as a jammer for the villains. Hella Naughty has broken through. Charlie of the Heroes has to let her go by. Nadi's coming around. She's got a power jam. Heroes Jammer is in the penalty box.
Nadi getting the power jam. Pushing hard.
She breaks through, scoring another 4 points.
The blockers for the Heroes trying to hold off Nadi.
Stop her. And she calls off the jam. As we say in roller derby, the game is still super close. The villains have definitely closing in on the hero. They can pass them in this jam.
Heroes call a timeout.
You know, the heroes need to go ahead and call a timeout because the villains are really starting to step it up.
That is, yeah, I think you're right. The Heroes, that whistle signals the end of the timeout. Baby girl coming up from the back fast and strong for the villains. Split pushing through those villain blockers. Oh, Split, she zigs and zags and makes it through on the inside. Baby girl now out of the pack, making her first trip around the track. Split calls it off before the villains could get any points. Great job by the villains holding the Heroes to 1 point. Panda on the track with the star for the Heroes. Jaws for the villains. And the Heroes Jammer is in the box, setting up a power jam for the villains.
This is exactly what the villains needed in order to close this gap.
Kalaka, the last blocker, holding Jaws back. Here comes Jaws, looking to score some points. Panda back on the track for the Heroes.
It
Jaws
looks like the Village Jammer number 84, Jawbreaker, has got a penalty for cutting the track. She's now got to sit down in the penalty box for the next 30 minutes.
Now Panda fighting her way through those villain blockers.
Looks like Panda is going to try to go ahead and get her points in while she can.
Since there is no lead jammer, this will be a full 2-minute jam.
Looks like the pack is going to try to run her. And that's the end of the jam. Hey, you know,
Baby girl on the track for the villains, Charlie for the heroes. Blockers holding strong, keeping both jammers up at the top of the track. Pack is really tight right now, very close together. And Baby girl, the first to break out.
Yes.
Villains.
Baby girl showing her prowess out there on the track.
Thrasher with the star.
Heroes send out one of
And
their
we'll see
strongest
what-
superheroes.
See how Baby girl plays this. Calling off the jam. Keeping Thrasher from scoring any points.
Hey, you know it's all over. Hey, you know what? The one thing I love about roller derby is the blockers. You know, I only date blockers because we all know they don't wear any panties.
That's true.
That is true.
That is very true.
That's
Blockers.
true. That's why I only date blockers. I got some good roller derby jokes.
And Thrasher wearing this, or Axel wearing the star for the villains. And Split. Split with the star for the heroes. Thrasher gets out first. Split is coming up quick.
Yeah, Split's pretty fast. Split's pretty fast. Axel's gonna have to really push.
Pack moving so fast, it looks like they're doing laps.
I know, man. They were just cruising. Here we go. We got Weirdo for the villains jamming and Gore jamming for the heroes. Will the criminal masterminds get through this jam, or will the heroes show their true superpower?
Score is 132-11 with just over 3 minutes left in the game. Weirdo pushing forward, getting some help from her blocker before getting knocked out by Thrasher. Gore out of the pack as lead jammer.
It looks like the heroes is getting some support out there for Gore breaking through. And she calls it off.
Sick wearing the star for the villains, Charlie for the heroes. Got all the blockers out there ready to go. Both jammers pushing through on the inside. It's getting a little crowded in there, so they recycle back. Pack staying really close. And Sick is out for the villains.
Would you look at that? Sick is coming around to try to get her points in.
Star pass there for the heroes. Panda now the jammer. Sick calls off the jam. Picks up 2 points. Looks like we're gonna have time for one more jam. We are down to the last minute of the game.
Last minute. Hey. I know we're getting down to the last minute, but I got a dad joke. Why does the fish wear a bow tie?
Why?
He's so sophisticated.
Wah, wah, wah.
right, we got Axel breaking through.
Oh, Axel! One last
Just
block
runs
attempt by
down
Kalaka. Kalaka to the penalty box.
Not only did she run her down like a freight train, but she forced her into the penalty box.
That's right. Axel getting
Axel.
through those hero blockers, puts 4 points on the scoreboard.
Doing
Villains.
everything she can to try to get those points up. They really need it.
That's right.
Oh!
The
just
Villains
saw
have
that.
shut down the jammer thus far this day.
You see her shrug her shoulders? She shrugged her shoulders like, I got this.
Kalaka out of the penalty box and back out on the track where she could do some real damage. Strong
Still
blocker.
got a minute to jam.
Naughty with some offense, helping break things up so Axel could get through.
I mean, they are really fighting this time. They're going to take out these last seconds and just go for it. Almost 30 seconds in the jam.
This last jam, strong and fast. All skaters leaving everything they have on the track. Villains blockers doing a
And
great
she
job
falls
containing the
off
jammer.
jam. The unofficial score, 130 to 124. That is one heck of a heroes versus villains roller derby match.